What's up YouTube? This is day 4 of Tokyo travels. I was planning on going to Nikko today. It's about a 2-hour train ride away from Tokyo and has several UNESCO heritage sites. And I planned it really perfectly. Yesterday I checked the weather. It said it was going to be it wasn't going to be sunny, but at least it wasn't going to rain. Woke up really early this morning to catch the first train to Nikko, and then it came outside and it is just pouring. It is pouring heavier than any of the previous days. And I checked Nikko's weather and it basically says that it's going to rain the whole day until 3 p.m. So Nikko is being moved to tomorrow, and now I still don't know what I'm going to do with the rain outside. I'm thinking of visiting the Edo Tokyo Museum, which I really wanted to visit in the first place, and go hang out in the Akihabara area where there's a couple of cool arcade places and a lot of manga stores, and it's an electronic city, so I wanted to check it out. I didn't manage to film anything yesterday because of the rain, and I spent most of the day in the Tokyo National Museum. Then again, yesterday was a Friday, so I wanted to go and have fun outside in the evening. And here are just the snippets of the Sensoji temple that I visited yesterday. Alright, so I've arrived in Asakuse, and behind me is the Kaminarimon Gate, which translates to the Thunder Gate. About 200 meters down this way is the Sensoji temple, which I'm going to show you in a bit. But in order to get through to it, we have to go through the Nakamisa shopping street, which sells old Edo trinkets and some tourist souvenirs. So behind me is the actual Sensoji temple. It is believed that the golden image of the Buddhist goddess of mercy, Kannon, has been fished out by 2 fishermen out of the river in the 7th century, and it still resides there. Unfortunately, this is unproven because the golden image is enshrined in a very secret lair in the temple, so nobody can actually check whether it's true. Behind me down there is an incense, and it is believed you can see people going in and trying to catch the smoke and rub it into their clothes. And this is done with a reason that apparently if you do that, it's a ritual and it brings good health. Now, I'm always complaining about the rain. I think it's natural. But what I saw is that Japanese people are doing their day-to-day lives pretty normally in the rain. They just take their umbrellas, and if it breaks, there's a 7-Eleven around the corner and they buy a new one. They continue their day smiling, and I think what adds to the experience are the umbrella stands that are scattered around the city. I'm right now next to the Edo Tokyo Museum. The entrance is here to the left of me, and there are just a section of these umbrella stands with the keys in them. What you do is you get your umbrella, you slide it into one of these openings, close it, lock it, and take the key. That's it. Alright, I've entered the Edo Tokyo Museum, got my swag, got everything. The cool thing about this museum is that it shows full-scale replicas of the buildings that were during the Edo period. So right now I'm walking on a bridge that's a full-scale replica of the real Nihamaji Bridge. It used to be like a central point, or the 0 point from where everything started in the Edo period. They have small little replicas of what the cities look like, and full-scale replicas of some buildings of the Edo period. Again, I'm fascinated by Japanese architecture in general. I think it's really beautiful and something different, something that hasn't been done anywhere else in the world. The example of what the area looked like in the mid-17th century is again the bridge behind me, and then a continuation of a small replica of an entire area of Nihonbashi. Here's the bridge, and here are all the buildings. I came from the Edo Tokyo Museum, I've stumbled across a sumo dojo where all the sumoists were basically going in. There's a match about to start. It's a shame all the tickets are sold out. I was trying to get one, but yeah, it didn't happen. is just such a cool experience. You see all these sumo guys coming in their special cars, like stepping outside, and there are queues of people just standing there and taking photographs, taking videos. They're really welcoming, they're really happy for you to take selfies with them. I took a couple. Yeah, it was great. Alright, so I've just arrived on the Ginza street, which is probably the most expensive street in the entire world, and I stumbled across a Kabuki theater. There was an opportunity for me to go for a single act, like it's an 18-minute long act and you can buy a single ticket just to watch this one act, and I decided to go for it. Now, Kabuki is a typical Japanese performance that you know, where they wear really beautiful dresses and they have like white painted faces, and this act sort of originated in Korea. Now, Japan back in the 17th-ish century has been pretty good friends with Koreans, and the Koreans used to come over and do shows in Japan. Now, one of the shows was the girls dancing around in their beautiful dresses, and of course it kind of resonated with the public in Japan, and they decided to do something quite similar. Now, Kabuki throughout the ages has been seen through multiple alterations. Originally it was done by the Japanese courtesans, then afterwards it was only the young girls, and it eventually ended up being only men portraying the show. So whenever you see someone looking like a female on the stage, it's actually a man just dressed up as a girl. They paint their lips and they paint their brows, and you're gonna see a little montage. I'll show you all the actors that participate in this exact Kabuki theater, and yeah, only men here. To describe in one word, it was super weird. It was interesting. It's a very musically coordinated kind of show. So the music is played and one person is facing the audience while the other was sort of pulling on the strings as if he's like Pinocchio or something. And he was responding really well to all the like moves and strokes. So yeah, we're heading to the main Ginza area now, so I can take a look at a couple of buildings, the architecture, and take a couple of videos. And then afterwards we're probably gonna go to Akihabara to visit one of the biggest arcades in Tokyo. So I'm currently in the really busy Ginza area. This is very close to where Tokyo actually began its roots, next to the really small Edo town that was the shogunate's kind of military base of operation. Ginza is essentially the response of Tokyo to the Fifth Avenue in New York and the Oxford Street in London. Now, historically, this place has been mostly about innovation. Ginza was the first area to be refurbished into stone in comparison to the rest of Tokyo, which was still wooden. This was done to protect it from all the fires that's been happening in Tokyo in the previous years, and also to set up the social center of Tokyo itself. Right now there are hundreds of people around me. Most people are Japanese, there are some internationals walking around, and the street is filled with light. It's filled with high-end expensive clothing stores. I'm standing next to Fendi and Valentino, and there's an Apple store behind me, and it feels like there's everything you can find. Now, according to some resources, this is actually one of the most expensive streets in the world. All of these clothing brands that would usually buy on Oxford Circus, or you would usually buy on Fifth Avenue, here are around about 15 to 20% more expensive due to the import tax that Japan implements. I'm gonna wander around here some more, and then I'm gonna head off to Akihabara. Akihabara Electric City, a district of Tokyo dedicated entirely to electronic stores and anime. As I was walking from the train station, I saw countless shops selling all types of different electronics, from Apple appliances to Game Boys to anything you can imagine. I'm gonna head off to the game center and see what the famous Tokyo arcades are like. there. Thanks for watching. Tomorrow hopefully we go to Nikko. And yeah, keep it real.